was done with the question,
Yeah.
I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, not the same person I was 2.5 hours ago.
Thing is, we got 2/3 of the questions right, of the answer right.
So you knew you were close.
Yeah, I got that right, and I was like, okay, that's enough for me. I'm good with that.
Yeah. 2/3 right is good enough.
But apparently it's like right, and that's my answer is wrong.
Okay. I think the answer for 5A could be wrong. We'll do it now. So what information do I give you? You can read it out to me.
Find B and C
Yeah.
if y is equal to minus 2x squared
Yeah.
plus bx plus c. If the curve crosses the y-axis at y is equal to negative 134 and has a turning point at x is equal to negative 3.
134.
134. Why the heck did I write that? Even close. Minus 134 and then
X is equal to negative 3.
negative
The turning point.
negative 3. So the graph looks like this. It crosses the y-axis at minus 134.
The vertex is not at y equals 0.
No, I don't know what it's at, but I just drew it at minus 3, whatever it is. Right, so first I should take out the minus 2. And then I'm left with x squared minus b over... You know, you could have emailed me as well.
I wanted to do that, but
Yeah, minus b over 2x minus c over 2. Yeah?
Yep.
And then I should complete the square.
Could you adjust the focus, please?
Oh, yeah. Hang on. I should complete the square, so I have here x minus b over 4 squared plus blah blah blah. I don't actually care about that piece, really. So here I can see that, well, c has to be minus 134, and here I can see that b over 4 should be minus 3. So b equals minus 12 and c equals minus 134. Now, that is the right answer. Is that not the answer at the back?
no, put it in an equation.
The answer on the back is negative 5x squared minus 12x minus 134.
Yeah.
Negative 5x squared.
Yeah, that was the mistake.
And what's next?
Minus 12.
Minus 12 minus 134.
So it was just a typo. I typed 5 instead of 2 when I was typing the answer.
Oh.
There are 2 buttons away from 2 and 5.
You don't know what keyboard I'm using at home. The numbers might not be in order. The 2 could be beside the 5. You don't know that. You have no idea the type of computer I'm using at home. No idea. But no, yeah. Okay, anything else now from that lesson? Since it's open.
Wait, so it's minus 2x minus...
Yeah, so the answer, of course, the answer is minus 2x squared minus 12x minus 134.
You know, I'm gonna look at the bright side.
Yeah, do.
I'm gonna tell myself that I'm even better than the answer sheet.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, at least for this one question. Yeah, there's still 9,999 other questions though. No, happy to oblige. Okay, so what else do we need to see from last week then that was a problem? So actually, new-ish students, this class is a tutorial, which means we only look at what was done last week for problems. There's nothing new happening in this one.
I have.
Yes, go ahead, yeah, which lesson now?
Discriminant.
Yeah.
Okay, so discriminant now, if you can open discriminant.
No.
Yeah, I have a question about the discriminant.
Wait, you give me the question?
You have one first, okay, so if we can have a look at discriminant, please. You got discriminant there? Yeah. Which one?
Bracket.
No, which question number? So
2x. 3x. Sorry.
3x. Okay, so what is it now? Bracket
2k
Yeah.
plus 2
yeah,
x
squared
x squared
plus bracket
minus 8k minus 2 plus bracket
x plus
bracket 4k plus
plus 2
plus 3.
plus 3. And what do I tell you about this, or what do I ask you to do?
It has 2 distinct 3 roots, and in each case find the values of k.
Yeah. So I tell you this quadratic has 2 roots. I want you to find the k. So that means the discriminant should be positive and not 0. The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac greater than or greater than 0.
Oh, I think I mixed up two questions.
Yeah, the question.
Yeah, it has no real root.
Yeah.
It has no. I mixed them up.
Continue or not?
Not.
Not, okay.
Okay. Could you read it?
Which one?
Real. Yeah.
Has no real root.
Has no real roots.
And the question, the 8k went to.
2k plus 2 minus 8k out. Minus 8.
Yeah, he gave you the first part of question.
Okay. 8k plus 7. Right, is this the one you want me to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says has
No real roots.
has no real roots. So let's flip this around.
Equal to 0.
Less than 0 if it has no real roots. Alright, so that's an 8 now. And then that's a 7. Okay, let's simplify. 64k squared.
Minus.
I can do this. 8 times 128. 128
Yeah.
plus 64 minus 4 times 8k squared, 8 and 14, 22k plus 14. My goodness, I hope that's right. 64k squared plus 128k plus 64 minus 32k squared minus 88k minus 48. No. Sorry. 14 and 4, 56.
Yeah.
No, incorrect.
Where did you get
Incorrect.
Where did you get the 8 from? First 8.
Wait, hang on. Yes?
16 clean square. The second.
This one?
No.
This one?
The second.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 2.
2.
And 4 equals.
Here.
Yeah, 16 k square. How?
Is it? 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 4.
No. 2k times 8k.
2k.
Times 4.
Ah! I never changed this number when I changed it. Thank you. So that should be an 8 here. Thank you. So that's all wrong then.
Can't you increase the razor size?
I can, but it's, I don't know. Leave me alone. Right. Okay, plus 64. 16k squared. 14 and 16, 30, isn't it? 30k plus 14. Minus 64k squared minus 120k minus 56. That's better, because I made these questions so that that would cancel with that. 128 minus 120 is 8. 64 minus 56 is 8. All nice and good now. 8k less than minus 8, so k is less than minus 1. Could k equal minus 1? No. Not only because we want no real roots, but also because this would not be a quadratic then. Yeah. Yes. What else then? So what's next?
X squared plus
Same lesson?
yeah
Yep. Okay, what number?
2d.
A lot of clicking makes me feel like there's some gaming going on in the corner. You know, some mining gold in World of Warcraft or something. Doesn't have the same math sound to it. See, math should sound like this. But you know, click, 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 click. kind of got gaming sound to it. 2, which one?
Z.
Okay. Right, so what's the equation here?
Squared.
And the clicking has stopped. What is it?
X squared.
X squared
Plus K squared.
plus K squared
Plus 1.
plus 1. Ah, interesting. And what do I tell you, or what do I want here? How many roots is it, or
In each quadratic below the
How
real
many
non-zero
real
constant
distinct
K
roots?
is not given. How many real distinct roots?
Ah, okay, so I want to know how many roots does this have?
Now, when I looked at it, I guess it has no real roots, but I'm pretty sure there's a formula to find out.
Yes, as is normally the case here, 1x squared plus 0x plus k squared plus 1. This is the quadratic, written out more explicitly. Yeah? So,
But you don't need to do this to find out the...
no you don't, but just to keep it the same as the other questions. Discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. The discriminant is minus 4k squared minus 4. Clearly negative, so that means no roots. But for a second reason, you could have said this equals 0, so k squared x squared equals minus k squared minus 1. You know, because this is equal to 0. And you can clearly see that this cannot be solved, because we cannot have a positive equal to a negative. This is what you mean as the other way. But using the formula from the last class, we can see that it has no roots. You have pen and paper, yes? Yes, so you should be writing. Okay, what's next then? Another lesson or the same lesson here? If you took out pen and paper, it would make me feel better, even if you have no questions.
I have another question, but I want to give people a chance.
No.
No one's asking.
No one's asking, go ahead.
Okay, for factorizing, yeah?
Factorizing, yeah.
I'm just going to give you a question.
Right. Good.
36x squared
Okay. But this isn't one you're making up, you know this has an answer.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, 36x squared.
plus 12x
Yeah.
plus 1.
Okay, let's factorize this. Or, yes?
I know the answer, like I got the answer
Yeah.
and everything, but then I have a method of factorizing that's different from the one you showed us.
Go on, tell me what to do first.
36 times 1.
36 times 1. This
Which-
times this, is
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Which equals to 36.
Yep.
Two numbers that multiply to get 36,
Yeah.
but add to get 12.
Yes.
6 and 6.
Yes.
6 and 6.
Is this method acceptable?
They're looking for... Okay, but we'll check with another example.
It works, I know.
For
called
every-
the AC method.
What's it called?
AC method.
AC?
Yes.
Like the electric current?
No, the AC.
Okay, so
Ah.
this method was taught by Joan. Yeah, in the
Ah, she did it that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
She showed me that way. I don't think she showed you, but
Do
she
you
showed
remember
This
that
is what I did
from-
in high school.
Yeah.
So like to change it, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Well, there's no workings, so there's no way, I have no way of knowing which method that you
No,
used, you know?
You can, I think so.
Yeah, so now it's going to be 36x squared.
Yeah.
No, remove the brackets. I'm just going to, yeah.
Yeah.
36x squared plus 6x
plus 6.
plus 6x plus 1.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be, now the brackets.
Take out 6, like divide them into two brackets.
Oh, I
This is
already,
6.
no, yeah, now I know why I don't like this one. Yeah, okay, go on, yeah, 6,
6x
yeah.
plus 1.
Yeah, okay, no, stop, no, and then you have,
6x.
yeah, okay, no,
Yeah.
yeah. There's,
No, yeah.
no.
No,
When you were saying this, I'm like, this seems like an easier method. Why do I not do it this way? And then you're like, oh yeah, no, seems too long for me.
Yeah, I prefer yours.
Thank you. So we have an x and an x. So because it's a 1, there's only two numbers that multiply to make 1. So it has to be 1 and 1. Has to be. They're the only numbers that multiply to make 1 at the back. Now, we need to multiply to make 36 at the front. Yeah. And also we want to try and get the 12 in the middle. So if I was to put 6 and 6 here, that would be 6x, that would be 6x. That makes the 12x there.
But this one, I think it's more like guessing.
Yeah, but it builds your brain muscles.
Like, can't we just use the one we know?
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
So it's
yeah.
acceptable.
It's totally acceptable.
I'll try to learn this.
No,
method.
don't. If that method works for you and you're getting the right answer, stick with that method.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, what else do we need to see now? You have no questions over here? No. That question was the only problem? What about the long division?
Yeah.
I could have thought there was something towards the end, like the last question. What was the last question I gave you?
It was the second
1 over
1 minus x. Did you get the right answer?
Yeah.
Good.
2D.
What was
In
2d?
each
Oh.
case,
State if it's a factor or not.
no, in each case, is the given linear term a factor of the given.
Yes, that's what I said. Is it a factor or not?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And x plus 1.
Okay, we'll have a look at that one. So, if you look at long division, we'll have 2d. Okay, so what's the linear part?
X plus 1.
X plus 1. And the cubic?
4x cubed plus 13x squared plus 14x plus 5.
Alright, so let's check if it's a factor by dividing really quick. That's a 4x squared. That's a 4x cubed plus 4x squared. That's a 9x squared plus 14x plus 5 plus 9. 9x squared plus 9x. 5x plus 5. Looks like a factor to me.
Yeah, it is, but like the answers are like y and m.
Y means yes.
Yes.
Oh.
And N means
Oh.
no.
Okay.
That's the last question.
Could you give it 5i?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got alternating signs.
You use computers, don't you?
Yeah.
And you've never seen the prompt y/n question mark.
Oh no, I did. But
Okay,
I
alright.
didn't- I was like, why isn't there like any numbers in the answer?
Yes, okay. Right, which one? 5? I. Is that the 1 over 1 minus x?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I got alternating signs. Like the answer is 1 plus x plus x.
Okay,
squared.
let's have a look. 1 over 1 minus x.
Minus?
Wasn't it? Or was it 1 plus x?
Minus.
1 minus.
1 minus x, yeah. Who's able to get this one? You've got this one? Guys in the corner? Were you able to get this one? You got exactly right. You got alternating signs. Over here. Did you get this one? Did you try it? Ah, disgraceful. Right, I'll give you, I would like people to try this one because this is an important one for a later chapter. So I would like you to try it before just seeing me do it, okay? So I'll just give you 1 or 2 minutes. Why don't you investigate your signs, see what happened. And you got yours exactly right, Jeff? And I'll remind you that you're subtracting the 2 lines in the long division.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see a few Lenovo laptops. They're a good laptop. Did you buy them here or back home? At home? Home as well? Yeah. Omar, do you have, this is the question if you don't have it there yet.
No, I have the question, but I wasn't inside.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah, so,
Did I not? No, maybe he's right, maybe I didn't.
no, I checked
Watch the couple lectures.
the last one.
It's possible I didn't have time to on Friday.
What was the answer for this
1 plus x squared plus x cubed, etc. And it goes on.
You're right, it has not been uploaded. Although there was a video up there from last year if you were to search my channel, but no matter. Okay, let's have a look at this one. So it's 1 minus x divided into 1. So, what do I multiply 1 by to make it 1? 1 obviously. And I have 1 minus x, and when I subtract, I have x. Because it's minus x. What do I multiply 1 by to make it x? X. I multiply, and I subtract, I'm left with x squared. What do I put here to make x squared? X squared. I subtract. I multiply, and I'm left with x cubed. Yeah, so what's happening here, you can see, is this will be 1 plus x squared plus x cubed, etc. Why did I say this is important? Well, the reason it's important is because maybe someone remembers this formula from a later chapter we still have to do, but maybe this looks familiar to you from middle school or high school. You know where I'm going with this, do you? That looks familiar to you? Have you seen this before? We will do this later, but this is sort of the proof of this formula. You've seen this formula before? What chapter is it in?
Sequences, arithmetic sequence,
Geometric, yeah.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the first step again?
The very first step is?
Yeah.
What number multiplies 1 to make 1? It has to be 1. Then you multiply, you're left with 1 minus x.
Right.
Then you subtract. 1 minus 1 is gone. Nothing minus x is x. And then you start again. What do you multiply 1 by to make an x? Has to be an x. 1 times x makes x. You look confused.
Well, if we're subtracting negative and negative,
Yeah?
If it's negative, then you need a positive to make it equal to 0.
It's like there's 0x here. So it's 0x minus x, which is x. My story checks out?
yeah.
Yes, okay. Right, what else do we need to see now?
Can we use the shortened version of delta?
The shortened version of delta?
Yeah.
What do you mean by shortened version?
You know, the delta and the comma on top of it. When b is when b can be divided by 2, you will divide immediately, and so you get with this b comma square minus a multiplying c. You
Just take the 2 out, is it?
Yeah. Taking 2 out.
Yes.
Minus a multiplied with c.
Minus a multiplied by c?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so like b squared minus ac. Oh, I see what you mean. Like if there's a 2 that's in common, can you take it out?
So
that is okay because
when the root you don't have the 2a.
But then you don't have the 2a in the denominator. That's fine. And also, when I think about it, that's also fine for these problems because if a 2 can be taken out, it doesn't affect the inequality. So in both problems we've done, it's of no consequence. So yes, if 2 can be taken out, you can take it out. That's fine. However, in the exam, if you write this down, you see, the people marking the exam, they're so particular. If they see this instead of this, you know what I mean, you might lose a mark.
Because they think, I don't know.
Exactly, they think you don't remember the formula correctly. So, you could do it, might be a bit dangerous, so it's probably best not to do it to be safe. Yeah.
I think I asked.
Yes,
so.
yeah. Because your exam gets corrected twice, once by me and then once in Manchester. So, just because for me, I know that you know this, doesn't mean the person in Manchester who doesn't know it, you know. So it's best to be safe, I think. What else do we need to see? Were they the only problems from last week? Yeah? You don't need to see anything else? Have a look, just make sure, okay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. It's about the same factorizing problem, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when it comes to 6x plus 1 6x plus 1 6x plus 1, yeah?
You get that, yeah?
But why? Where does this bracket go?
Well, what's happening here is you're taking the 6x plus 1 out, and you're left with 6x plus 1 here. What is that what you mean?
No, I mean like there are two brackets.
Yeah.
Over, there are three 6x plus 1s, yeah? There are three of them.
I suppose.
Why are we left with two brackets?
Well, what's happening is this is in common to both.
Yeah.
So imagine you took that out, you factored it out. So it's like there's big brackets here. You're left with 6x when this comes out, and you're left with 1 when this comes out. Yeah. Hey, English only. What else do we need to see from last week? No?
That's my friend.
Huh? Quadratic, yeah? Okie dokie, we'll do one of those.
I'll just mark it for you and you'll
Yeah, there's a SF, yeah. We'll do that as an example. Okay, can you read out the quadratic? Can you look up for a sec, guys, there? What's the quadratic? Squared?
Minus 6, plus 6
Yep.
4.
Equals 0. And is it SF or DP? Three significant figures. Okay, so let's just practice significant figures. X equals minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac, which is minus 20 when you multiply, all over 2a, which is minus 10. So this is minus 1 plus or minus...
Wait.
Yes?
Isn't this minus 4 AC?
Oh, thank you, it's too small. 80. 80? Oh wait, so this has nice roots. No, I gave you one like this. 4 times 5 is 20.
The significant figures.
This is minus 1 plus or minus 9 over minus 10. Is this what you got? Minus 10 over minus 10, or 8 minus 8 over 10, yeah? So it's 1 or minus 4/5. So 3 significant figures. That means you want 3 numbers from the start. So that would be 1.00, 1, 2, 3. And then this is 0.8. And where do we start counting? Start counting at the 8, the first number that's not 0. So that's the first one. So how many more do I need? 2 more I need, yeah. 0, 0. So you significant figures, you start counting at the first number that isn't 0. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3 then. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? That answers every question you had last week. So, what, should I expect A's from everybody in the exam then? A stars, oh excuse me. There's nothing else you need to see from last week? No? Okay. So you can use the remaining time to practice whatever you found most difficult last week. Yes?
One more question.
Yes. Oh, please, yes, go on.
Okay. It's in the same lesson, I think. It's question 3b.
3b.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Okay. minus x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0, 3 decimal places. Right, x equals minus b plus or minus the square root b squared minus is minus.
Why don't we just remove the negatives?
You could,
Which is
And then
that's
what?
fine. Get the same answer.
Yeah.
5 plus or minus root 1 over minus 2. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 over minus 2 is minus 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 over minus 2 is minus 2. 3 decimal places, well, it already is 3 decimal places. Minus 3.000 and then minus 2.000.
how come your answer is only -3 and -2?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So, like for the exam, I'm overkilling by writing it like this. The exam, the expectation is that you could leave it like this. So this is just overkill. And is that what I did at the back? No, I left it as -2, -3.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I thought the 3 decimal places.
It's different maybe for different exams and different people. I know for this exam, if you had a number like 2.1, for example,
Yes.
and they said 3 decimal places, they are completely happy for the student to leave it like this, and you don't need to write it like this. It's fine either way. So I can see at the back I didn't bother to put in the extra zeros.
But they asked for 3 decimal places, wouldn't they take a mark off for not giving that part of the question?
No, this would not happen in an exam because there's no way to check that you understood to round it off the correct number of decimal places. In the exam, what happens is there's one question where they test your knowledge of decimal places, and it will say in the question quite clearly, you will get 1 mark for correct rounding or whatever. So for the exam, there's one clear question that tests your knowledge. So you can be sure that they'll give you something where it's quite clear that you know how to round it off. Yeah. Okay. That's that one. All right. Anything else? Okay, so you can use the last few minutes then to work on whatever you found most difficult last week, which was, I don't know what. Maybe it's different for each person. Anyone in particular stand out? Nobody has every single question finished because I put about 100 questions per page. So there will be something for you to do.